Hi, thanks for watching a new video blog. Today from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. What about the birth rates in Dubai? Now, I've been talking about birth rates a lot. Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Turkey, Georgia, Kazakhstan. You can find all the videos in the description and in the comments. I'll post links to all the videos where I talk about the birth rates in these countries. And except for Kazakhstan, the birth rates aren't very positive. They are below replacement levels. Not very positive. But what is it like in Dubai? Dubai, a very rich country. Will they have higher birth rates than other countries? We cannot really say that Dubai is a country, of course. It's a emirate from the United Arab Emirates, of course, but I'm just using it to show what the birth rates are in a very wealthy part of the world, like Dubai. Very civilized part of the world. Also quite conservative part of this world. And where with, for example, Turkey and Georgia, you can say, oh, maybe it's their lower GDP that is making the birth rates drop. You cannot really say this about Dubai. Their birth rates are sort of 1.4, 1.6 between there. That's what I found online. That's not very high. It's the same as the Netherlands. And it's extremely low. It's under the 2.1 replacement levels. So you might think that a very conservative yet very wealthy country would have higher birth rates, because when you are wealthy you can afford to have more children. But for Dubai, it doesn't seem to be the way. It doesn't seem that Dubai is profiting, or like that is helping them to have large families. And this is a perfect example of that wealth is not influencing family sizes, family planning. Because you can see Georgia, GDP is much lower. They have about the same numbers. Also 1.4, 1.5. So you cannot say, oh, it's all because of the GDP that birth rates are lower in a certain country. It's not really what's going on here. Because many people know Dubai as very wealthy, and even though there's a lot of immigration and the immigrants are not very wealthy, but they're also not contributing to more children or larger families. Doesn't seem to be that. Maybe they don't get counted in the taking into account. I don't know how they count it exactly. But how many immigrant workers here do have families? Maybe they have families back home. But the citizens of Dubai, well, they are definitely not having large families. So that's interesting. Because I found out that in this whole debate about dropping fertility rates, lower birth rates, fewer children per family, that there's only one consistency, and that is the personal decision of both men and women to not have children, or to have just a few children, or only one child. There is no other consistency worldwide than that. It is the only real explanation that globally people just decide not to have any children anymore, not enough children anymore, to reduce the family sizes so low that country-wise they drop under replacement levels. So meaning the population shrinks and will continue to shrink very fast. And education, wealth, religion, all doesn't really seem to matter that much. Like I've shown, in very wealthy countries like Finland, Dubai, it's not happening. They don't have large families. Instead, they have faster dropping birth rates than countries like Kazakhstan, which have a lower GDP. But also, that doesn't explain everything. Because countries like Georgia and Turkey that have like a similar GDP, they also have dropping birth rates. And here in Dubai, I would expect that people are wealthy, they can afford like 5 children, 6 children easily. But they're not having that. They only have 1.5 children. So 2, but then mostly also 1. It's just the reality. And they have wealth, because well, we know that when people from the Emirates come to the Netherlands, they will spend a lot. Compared to Europe, they have a lot to spend. I've seen them walking in Zurich, I've seen them walking in Vienna. They go to the most expensive shops, they buy clothing. But they visit with 1 or 2 children max. So even though they're conservative Muslim, they still have 1 or 2 children. They probably still use birth control. So religion is also not telling you anything about the amount of children that somebody has. And I argue that, for example, Amish and Orthodox Jews, they have large families, they're religious, they're conservative religious. But if you compare it to, for example, conservative religious people in Turkey, Iran, United Arab Emirates, Dubai, it's low. Also Christian countries like Georgia, it's low. Russia, Orthodox Christian, majority of them, very low. So it doesn't really seem to add up. Wealth is absolutely not a factor in having more children. Poverty or being less wealthy also not. So it is interesting that Dubai has a fertility rate of 1.5. In my belief, when I was younger and people were talking about Dubai, I was thinking you see these Muslim fathers with a long beard and have like 5 or 6 children behind him, that would be the case. I thought they have the money, they have the means to have a large family. They understand culturally family is important, that children are a blessing, given by God, but they don't really seem to be like that. I was wrong. It was just a fantasy maybe, or maybe something from the past, I don't know. My historical knowledge regarding Dubai is not that extended, not so detailed that I will know. Unfortunately, also Dubai is shrinking, the birth rates are declining, the country will depend more and more on immigration and less of their own people will be born and will support the country. Whether that is a good or bad thing is of course opinion. I think from my perspective it's not very good, it's not natural, it's never natural. Nature wants to thrive, wants to grow, that's as simple as that. And if you have the means to do so, especially if you have the means to do so, why not? It's the most beautiful thing that can happen to you, a family. And you can get help if you have money. If you have a lot of money, you can get certain things done for you. Like a housemaid or helper doing groceries or whatever. Makes life more easy. You can easily have many children, but they're not really doing it here. I don't get it. Personal choice. People decided now that keeping wealth is better than spending it on their own offspring. So material possession wins over your own children, your own flesh and blood. So that was for today from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I say thank you for watching and see you next time.